Looks like I'm live. Cool. Hey all, this is JDaster64, and for a change of pace, we're finally doing another thing on the 3DS. I'm going to turn my audio down just slightly. But yeah, I have not replayed Superstar Saga, my favorite Mario and Luigi and Mario RPG in general, since the remake came out. And a lot of that was mulling over which version of it I wanted to stream. Ended up going for this one just because I have less experience with it. But yeah, this is Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga for the 3DS, and there's a sub-game in there. Yeah, there sure is, that I definitely will not be playing, I don't imagine. Wow, I only hit level 37 on my finished file? That's crazy. Good that there's still multiple save slots. Oh yeah, there's a speed up cutscenes button. I do appreciate that they still have the old original sound effects for these guys. So I love how they added this little D-pad thing to call back to how the Japanese version of the original had a D-pad indicator. Got a little golf club, tennis. We got a trophy of some sort from Mario Kart 8. And a Wii wheel. Apparently Mario uses tilt controls, canonically. Got blueprints of the original Mario Brothers arcade game. Last time they did any proper plumbing. We'll see, 1/3. I want to show off the bosses to some degree. It doesn't stomp on him repeatedly. This isn't the Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga I remember. Also, hey, Cloud.
Heyo. Did that blueprint have that reference in the original? I don't think it did.
I don't think you'd have been able to tell.
I don't think there were any Easter eggs in their house in the original.
The resolution is not that much higher on a 3DS, but it certainly gives you more color options. The lighting in this remake. I forgot about, like, the little shadows on the sprites.
Yeah, the 3DS remake of this game, I still don't own it, but I do want to pick it up eventually.
Yeah, I don't think I've played it since 2017.
Whenever I get the urge to replay this game again, you know?
I will, dude. Yeah, there's a difference
so
already.
Weird. Yeah, it's so strange that Paper Jam was the game that, like, finally got the common sense to just have a guide in case you wanted to look at all this information. And I think all these games followed suit.
Yeah, this first fight is definitely a lot slower in terms of counters than the original.
But he goes down faster, does he?
Yeah, I think it was 5
turns
turns in the original. No matter whether you hit the action commands or otherwise.
Just given that you can do 4 damage instead of 2.
Well, it wasn't damage-based in the original, it was turn-based.
Oh, it wasn't. I thought he just had 10 HP.
But there were, like, interspersed tutorials that were unskippable, so it makes sense that it would go on for longer.
They were skippable, right? He gave you an option.
Ah, maybe so.
He said, like, Mario, do you need a refresher? And then you say no, and he's like, oh, okay, carry on.
Yeah, you're right. They might have been skippable.
I'm pretty sure every game does that with the, at least the battle tutorials. They're always been like, Mario, do you need a refresher?
Yeah, you can feel free to watch in real time, give or take.
Oh yeah.
I don't know that there's that much lag on Twitch, but
I probably can't, just because Discord streaming's been weird for me recently. Like, I've had to ask certain people to, like, change a setting just so it shows up on my end. I don't know why. It's probably just because I don't have a very up-to-date computer.
No. It's my mushroom? Okay, fine.
Would have been great if he doesn't give you the option again. He's just like, well, fine, be that way.
I just walked right through that guy. Look at these missable question mark blocks.
Does that count towards completion? This game tracks that, right?
I'm pretty sure anything that is actually missable does not count.
Ah.
I didn't realize there would be 2 different issues on this same sign.
It's just double-sided, like all new signs in these games.
Thought there was a thing down here.
I think you need to talk to the toad first.
I don't think that did happen. Also, I don't know if there was actually an action icon. I swear it just did that before I had a chance to press anything. You have stuff to say about action icons? Don't care.
But did he just say, good luck, you'll need it? Why?
Yeah.
He's like, you're going to the Beanbean Kingdom? Good luck, you'll need it. It's like, what? Why? Surely that place isn't that deadly.
No idea. I think there's a question mark.
No idea? Question mark? That away. I love that.
Yeah, you can tell him the wrong way, and then he doesn't give you anything later on. And he shows up late.
But I think you can always send him the right way, even if you pick the wrong ones. 'Cause usually he just crashes into a wall.
No, you can, but you can actually send him the wrong way on the down option.
I thought he just ran into something.
Then you lock him out of the, you lock yourself out of the 1-up or whatever you get from him.
And then your playthrough will be sullied.
Yes, we get it. Save albums are a thing.
Thankfully, they're way faster than the OG.
Oh man, this guy exists.
I was gonna say, Toadsworth gets to be back from the dead for one game.
Hey, he's back from the
And
dead
the
in the
next
other
one,
remake.
I guess, yeah.
Oh, cool. 10 Beanbean coins.
Oh. Bye-bye.
Surely Toadsworth should know the exchange rates between the kingdoms. So, like, he's knowingly setting up Mario to be kind of shortchanged.
Let's just go ahead and turn easy mode on, because, you know...
What even is easy mode? I have no idea.
What does the select button do? I don't even know. They spoil in advance that you'll have 3 types of equipment. Oh, notably, 15 HP is lower than you get in most of the other games. Still more than the original, but not by a lot.
The original was just 10 and 12.
Yep.
Pretty sure.
Although they changed some stats in the Japanese version.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think the Japanese version.
BP's
like, this
a lot
game
higher.
very much, this remake in general very much follows Japanese groundwork.
For good reasons. It was a much
Yeah.
better balanced game.
Even your healing items too, I'm pretty sure.
Oh yeah, the
Like
BP,
all those got tweaked.
yeah, the Ultra Shrooms and BP items heal a lot less. So yeah, I'm not gonna show all this stuff. But it is a nice symmetric group of stuff there. So yeah, beyond that we have this bottom screen where I can select all of my one option. I think there's also a map that will be here later. For now it doesn't matter.
You don't have a Bean map yet.
Wait, how do I change that bottom screen? Oh, is it select? No, that opens... Oh yeah, I guess I don't have a map yet.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
I don't know, man. Like, I think that there was just enough of the original to improve and also to make it playable on modern hardware was probably the biggest reason to make a remake.
Hey, the
But I
Wii
used
U
to be
was
down on
modern.
this. Yeah, yeah.
It
That's-
still
that's
lets you
always
play
still
with
an
2
option,
players,
you
too.
know?
That was the best thing about the original. Plugging it into a Game Boy player with two controllers, and then separately controlling the bros.
Bye-bye.
Like, I used to be down on this remake before it actually came out, just from all the footage I've seen, but I think this game improves what needed to be improved without too much of changing what didn't need to be.
Yeah, there's a few losses, but they're pretty minimal.
It's mostly just down to animations, and, like, yeah, it's sad, but it's not the end of the world, honestly.
I mean, I think the defense stuff was tweaked a little too much for my
That's...
liking. But that's
Well,
kind of
it's
on
just
par with the
following
rest
the-
of the series, yeah.
It's just following the 3DS stat formula, I would imagine.
I didn't mean defense in that sense. I meant, like, you defending. Like, attack, like, the action
Oh,
demands.
counters. Counters and stuff, you mean?
Yeah, stats follow the formulas in the later games. That
I
is
thought you were just complaining that defense isn't broken.
yeah, defense isn't broken anymore. You can't make everything do 1 damage instead of 0.
Although, again, that
you
was
know?
that was kind of a charm of the OG.
And how much did it matter? When you
Linear,
could just
linear,
guard anything
linear stat
anyway.
scaling.
There is something nice about getting 1 more attack and then having it do some fraction of 1 more damage, no matter what your level or stats.
Yeah, that's kind of weird to think about, how technically the entire Mario and Luigi series is playable on one system.
Yeah,
Like, everything is technically playable on the 3DS.
this is true. 1/3. I think they also removed the.
Oh, is that true? That's a shame. You kind of have a lot more frames to go off, I guess.
I think they also removed the alternate pictures you can take later on in the game.
Ah, man. There were kind of a lot of animations, weren't there? For
Yeah.
the pictures.
I mean, they're reused from other actions in the
no,
game
I
by
know
and
that,
large,
but,
it's like
there are always a lot that I forgot were available in those.
oh man, I
Like
miss
you can make Mario fat from drinking water, and I remember.
I miss Mario taking 20 seconds to write out painstakingly the name of the area
Yeah.
they're going to.
Is that actually just the saving taking that long, or is it just the animation of him writing everything that's taking up that time?
It's definitely the save. Oh right, I forgot about that.
Really? Surely it can't be that hard to save on GBA games.
Who knows, man?
Pokemon and Mother 3 are pretty snappy about it.
Ah, gonna have to get better about that. Not that
Yeah,
any-
generic Koopas instead of the cool flight gear guys, but oh well.
How dare you guys get an infinite bros block? But I guess one that doesn't have coins in it.
That's just one of those copies from the University.
Yeah, yeah.
These two are grown adults, but they don't really understand the concept of traveling to different countries.
Okay, international
requiring proper
travel.
identification.
They've never needed identification in the Mushroom Kingdom.
Yeah.
Their reputation precedes them.
Well, it's usually either the games are in the Mushroom Kingdom itself, or they just get magically whisked away to some other world.
Where was all this talk of passports when they were visiting the Pilo Kingdom?
They took care of that off screen, presumably. Also, something they were formally invited, I guess you could say.
Man, you don't even have a chance to trial for.
I don't think you did in the original. Like,
If you started using them, like, before he yells
well, he
at
calls
you
out, right?
Yeah. Well, that's why we gotta get it retaken. I like how it like, alludes to that.
Does it?
I'll have to get it retaken when I go to the Beanbean Kingdom.
Uh,
You do, in fact, get the chance to do that. I mean, these aren't bad, honestly. I might stick with these.
these are pretty in character. Though I want to say those are literally the same as Fat Guys from his old playthrough.
Oh, that's funny. They're not the same as my old playthrough.
I love the shading in this game, honestly.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Like,
the lighting is
all
so
this,
good.
All this like dark shadowy bits in here is really nice. They did it for. They did the whole 3DS 3D graphics for 2 games, and I'm indifferent to it. But I honestly just prefer the full 2D look that they went on for these remakes.
Yeah, I mean, Dream Team in
this game
particular,
is-
I forget just how 3D that game looked compared to everything
Oh, yeah.
afterwards, even Paper Jam.
Most of the all the environments are all 3D.
Yeah. And, like, a lot of the, like, text and such, like, the excellent text, is way more dynamic in that game, too.
Yeah. I think these remakes just use the same ones for Paper Jam.
Yeah, I think so. No thanks.
But especially with this game's like more different, wacky setting, I think just polished 2D graphics are the way to go. This game's kind of eye candy, honestly. I'm a fan of how every area looks.
Ah, these guys don't have 4 HP anymore.
Unfortunate.
Very slow guards, once again. They do kind of throw you into the deep end, in the original game.
But now you have an emergency guard, I
Ah.
think.
This is true. I should get hit by... Well, it'll ruin my excellent rating. Because this game still
Oh, yeah,
has
that's
that,
the
I
thing.
think.
Just for the guy in Castletown, I think. Is that the guy that tracks it?
Yeah, you don't need a certain number of ratings, I don't think. Or you need a certain number of excellent hits. I don't think your percentage really matters.
Yeah, it's just a flat number, I'd imagine. Like 100 or whatever.
Curious what this is gonna do. Okay, I don't think the emergency guard's gonna help much.
How much can you lower 1 damage?
My defense is
Oh.
so high already.
Also, yeah, that there, being able to see the stats in battle is really nice. Paper Jam did that too, I'm pretty sure.
True. I like how they go way out of your way to make sure you can't chuck a Conway yourself into doing only HP.
Just by the way, we heard the story about this one dude.
Okay, we're gonna do the old classic, give Mario power and speed, and Luigi HP and defense. And then, like, I guess they both get
How-
BB and Stash.
Yeah. But, like, Luigi's got the better bros moves for trash fights. Cause, like, if I remember, Bounce Bros Advance is, like, really good in the remake.
It was
Like, actually not
horrendously bad in the original, unless you had enough attack.
It was good for Huhu Mountain, where it belonged.
It
Yeah,
was
that's about it.
Yeah, that's true, I guess. Getting hits
It's
on
like-
Rexes.
Yeah.
That's totally a reasonable direction to do a first strike from. I do like that they brought this music back. This was good tutorial music. From Partners in Time.
Is it just the Partners in Time? Is it actually?
I mean, it's based on it, but
Yeah, Partners in Time and Dream Team, I love that, like, tutorial sort of rendition of the main theme.
Let's go.
I would have gone for Stash, personally. Luigi having less Stash than Mario is criminal.
I don't know if it adjusts eventually. I think when I played the original, I used to like to just alternate through every stat for both bros.
Like the old classic Paper Mario alternate
Yeah.
level up sort of thing.
That was a thing that one did once, once upon a great while.
Hey, it's good for neither game, actually.
I mean,
I actually just started to play through the original just last night because I was really bored. And I just finished Chapter 1 with 20 FP. It's just like, I'm just gonna go with FP early game.
Mr. Pinch. Yeah, you had to rely on beans in Paper Jam,
I don't know why they did that in that game.
so you couldn't give 10 billion speed to everyone.
I would assume it's something to do with that.
Wow.
When I used
You
to
know,
play this with
y-
my siblings, like, and they played as Luigi and I as Mario, like, we got to a point where they had more attack than me, like, more pow, and yet I still did more damage with a jump, because Mario's jump just does 20% more damage than Luigi's in the original game.
Yeah, Mario had the better solo jumps. Luigi had the better hammer solos, sort of.
By less of a degree, but yes.
To be honest, I can already feel in my head a lot of, like, what I have to say is gonna be like, when I was a kid, because this was like the first non-Pokemon RPG I ever played. Like that little symbol that popped up above Mario when Luigi gets taken by the crane, I used to think it was less like an anime sweat sort of thing and more of like Mario was genuinely sad. Like I thought Mario was, as a kid I thought Mario was crying and he wasn't turned to the camera.
Yeah, I
And,
didn't know what that meant when I first saw it. It's just
yeah.
like,
I thought like they were crying is what that meant. So like Luigi gets taken by a crane and then Mario breaks down crying. Well, that's more Luigi's thing, really. What, Fuffle? You don't got your own battle music yet?
right
Honestly,
after
this battle theme remix really grew on me after a while.
I mean, yes, but I don't want you to tell me about it.
A little too close to Luigi there, buddy. I wouldn't be surprised if that's a consequence of this game kind of following the original like scaling pretty one-to-one, and then Bowser's is like twice his size in this game compared to the GBA.
landed a counter. Yeah, I guess the original Paper Mario was my first RPG of any sort. And this was the next one I finished.
Mine was Pokemon Red Blue. I'm pretty old school with that sort of stuff. I had it in OG Game Boy back in the day.
They give you plenty of time to get used to these guards. Maybe they were expecting everyone to upgrade power first thing.
I don't think it's possible to do more than 2 damage to Fawful. At least I've never seen that.
In the original, it's definitely not. Hey, Duchess.
So, like, similar to Chugga why I've also got some, like, of those... I was the worst Mario Luigi player ever.
I mean, I doubt you did what I did on my first playthrough and literally spent hours upon hours confused on what to do after we did the Beanbean Airport stuff.
Well, there was a lot of kind of points like that, honestly.
It's just like, okay, cool. I mean, the princess is saved and they'll clean the rest up. Is the game over now?
Yeah.
You know?
Now I just get to, like, free roam, right? Like, that's the game. But definitely equipment. I first played Pokemon, so I didn't really understand the concept of RPG equipment in general. So I just sort of thought it was one of those things where you just sort of did it for fun, instead of understanding it's sort of practical to the game experience, so to speak. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, you could definitely get through the original game with no changes of equipment.
Yeah. I think it doesn't help that in the OG, you don't get any equipment from blocks or anywhere. Like, all your equipment you have to buy or get as rare drops from stuff.
Yeah, you don't really get any at all until the badge tutorial. That's like the first time you are able to get any equipment outside of your starting badge.
The OG just didn't have a lot of handouts to, like, sort of pique your curiosity like the later games did.
Yeah.
Even not, which is weird because Super Mario RPG let you get equipment from blocks.
Did it really? I feel like it was pretty rare.
You got one of Mario's. You got It was rare, but you got, like, one of Mario's hammers from it in Booster Tower.
I like how they're spoiling right away that there's going to be more stages of this.
Oh, if you want to talk about muscle memory being, like, different,
Yeah.
this game I've heard is...
It's definitely different. I don't know how that didn't work. Or, like, how I didn't land on that.
Luigi's just floatier, obviously.
That's a thing. That's one of the few things they changed as well. On defense in the original game, Luigi floats for a little higher with his jump.
It's, like, literally a couple frames, though, for jumps, I want to say.
But it's noticeable. He also
for hammers, it's really noticeable.
Yeah, like, he takes longer to put it out.
Yeah. Which is weird, because it's like... I thought Luigi was the hammer guy in that game.
The funny thing is that flag just slowly goes up the entire time in the original game, and it doesn't in this.
It does?
Yeah, it's...
Oh my gosh, I never knew that.
It's like a meter for how long the whole
game
takes.
That's actually kind of nice to know. Wow. You learned something new.
Oh yeah, I guess it is in a block. I just remember... Yeah, it's in that stupid block that's impossible to hit. I made like 3 trips up and down because of the perspective in that room.
There's other instances. All the gear you get in Bowser's Castle is from blocks at the end of all those trial areas.
I was legit not expecting him to keep going there. You'd think I would remember this, but I really only remember
I only remember the first and last one.
I know, exactly. They do a lot more fakery in this version. I do like that last fake out, it's just like nothing happens.
Yeah, that one's great. It's like,
Nothing happened.
They did kind of nerf these guys, though. You get a lot less beans, I want to say.
It matters less, because a certain other minigame exists later.
Yeah, you told me.
We'll get there when we get there. Maybe this stream, who knows? Probably not. Not at this rate. Beginning of next, though, perhaps. Super Border Jump. What about Border Jump the Lost Levels?
We don't talk about that one. It's where just everything they do is a fake out.
Dang it. This was never my strong suit.
Seems like a weird thing to start your game out with a mini game that I could honestly see a couple people maybe having some trouble with.
Yeah, hardwalling like a good half of your players.
Yeah. This game's mini games are all pretty fun though. There's not really one I dislike. I think the barrel puzzle game could be better, but I've never been a puzzle buff anyway, so I'm just not good at it to begin with.
Yeah. I don't know how you're supposed to match
it's
3 of 4
inoffensive, though.
rows in a row
Yeah.
and get the crazy point bonuses and see like the Stalfos and chain jump cameos
Jeez.
or whatever it is.
I don't know, maybe puzzle game experts would be the one to tell me about it.
Super Border Jump Sunshine. I mean, I'll definitely be going for 2 combos
Was this the
when I play
same
it.
year as that game?
It came out slightly later.
Okay. I think this was 2003, so yeah, probably less than a year after.
That was way more sudden than it was in the original. Oh, well, that was definitely 3 ticks in the original. So talk about like your muscle memory.
Yeah, that one I'm sure about.
You have to like super anticipate that too. And not that one. Oh boy. Yeah, the last level is just doing them all again with 1 set of lives for like 6 beans or 7.
Yeah, really not worth the time investment.
I think it's 9 if you do it perfectly, but like, why?
Oh, does that affect your beans given?
Yeah.
Really? I didn't know that. Four beans, which isn't, I mean, it's not terrible, but also just like, not as much as you used to get.
Yeah, you used to get 5 from that. 'Twas the easiest way to get 35 beans. Although you don't even need 35 in this game. They reduced the bean requirements for drinks in exchange for making them a little weaker. If memory serves.
I actually didn't know about the complete border jump thing for a while, because for a long time I assumed that text box just meant like, I have completed border jump, and then you just continue your progress.
Pour one out
See,
for
now
anyone
you
that
get your
didn't think to go in that pipe.
Oof. That pipe is kind of nice to know about. It's also just like, to be honest, I always found the pipes to be a bit weird for as a fast travel system, because like, the game doesn't really acknowledge or even tell you about them. It's just kind of like, here's the thing.
Apparently, oh no, that's 0% total. The story so far, what is this? And then? This is like a Fire Red type deal. Just flashback. But yeah, they track completion in this game. And now there's a mini-map, and we'll never see that little, ribbon thing ever again. I'll just contend with my muscle memory to switch between moves. We'll leave you for later.
This area looks great too in the remake. I love all the different colors they've added for like the ground.
Yeah.
It used to just be flat purple. I always kind of didn't like this area much.
No, that was only emulated versions. It was it was a purple to yellow gradient in the original. They had to make the cannon 10 times bigger in this game.
I know.
I do
There's
like
something about Bowser's 3DS look that doesn't match his personality that he was given in this game.
Yeah.
There's just something about like Superstar Saga Bowser that's so different. I don't know how to put my finger on it. He's a lot more casual.
He's so goofy.
Yeah, he's also just like, hey Mario, want to come with me to Beanbean Kingdom? And he's just kind of like, yeah, sure, why not? He just seemed very casual in this game.
Oh no, I've made the exchange rate go down. Just by picking up more coins.
Pretty sure no matter the amount of coins you have at this point, he'll always say that.
Oh, there's
He's
no
always,
longer a
like,
text
100%.
box saying the obvious there.
Yeah.
They actually removed...
how to collect coins.
Get coins. Oh, they made it so there are fewer enemies here, so it matters less if you do it beforehand. Good night, these guys are slower than Luigi? Aren't they faster than both in the
that's a
original
feat.
game?
I thought that was only the Superflies.
They're definitely faster than Luigi. Like, until, like, level 4.
Yeah, that sounds pretty right.
I will almost...
Bowser's Minions, what's that?
Yeah, I know, right? Boy, I do
Heard of
love Superstar Saga Plus. Oh wait, no, that's a different thing.
Superstar Saga DX. Wait, this game's not called that, is it?
Yeah, probably not, though. I did not quite, like...
I don't know
I
a
didn't-
single person who has kind of had a good thing to say about it, so I don't really know.
Yeah, I was not impressed by the little bit I played of it back in the day. Wow, they really want you exploring for these coins. I see how it is.
This game just has such an odd beginning. Like, I would just call it odd, where it's just like, first you do a minigame, now you're just sent in this big area and just said, get a bunch of coins. Gotta appreciate you can pretty much get all the startups you want instead of the original where it's basically random.
I almost again hit the block as I passed it and then had my bros in the wrong order.
Well, it's like everyone says, you have to put bros in the title so that you understand these two adult men are brothers. And that's why they look so similar.
Just gonna one-shot this guy now. Okay, never mind. I thought I'd get more of a power boost. This is where the difference between linear and, like, factoring level in definitely shows. Those early levels meant a lot more in the original game as far as power went.
If you had your power stat that you do now, you'd probably be doing like 5 damage per jump or more.
I mean, I'm gonna have to come back here anyway for that block, but,
Yeah, it's another aspect of the 3DS games where it just seems like every battle you're basically guaranteed to get an item.
yeah, the drop rate was pretty mediocre for most enemies in the original game, but all these could drop mushrooms at least. I always loved the design of these guys. Giant grins for some reason.
Yeah, I could never really parse what they're supposed to look like.
They're slightly bizarre toads.
This game had like this game's character design, the original, where it's like there are just some sprites where you couldn't see very good, so I just assumed a lot of characters had beards or something. Like, I probably thought that with these guys.
The silent slapstick of these games. Luigi sighting confirmed.
I like that the bros like run into two people that they can talk with, and their first instinct is to say nothing and just mimic their every move.
Yeah. No? Not. I should have said no just to see. I like how we're just in Mystery Land now. This is one of the few, like...
Yeah, they whisk you away here.
Is this, like, the only time where that happens? I think so. Like, every other time you're doing it. I mean, I guess you're underground in this unmapped area for the, what's it called? The hand bros moves as well.
Well, yeah, the other two just make you, like, do a small little obstacle course when you learn these sort of abilities, like the hammer ones and the hand ones.
I never noticed that moon.
It's a very nice moon.
I doubt it was like that in the original.
The good old bean faces.
So yeah, the original game, you flipped between the bros actions with the L button and the solo actions with the R button, and you used the select button to switch which bro was in the front. It was convoluted, but I'm used to it.
Yeah.
Virtually all of that has changed to the
You can
simpler
no longer
in
have
this
Luigi
game.
lead the pack, or at least to the extent that you used to be able to.
I know, right? I don't get
But-
high jumps.
I don't get it, man.
At least they kept the voice clips.
That's more than I could ask for, you know. I don't think I will ever want to play a version of this game where Luigi doesn't go, hi.
Hi! I do love that the sound effect's pretty similar. That, like, psh, that psh
Yeah.
sound.
This game had such distinct sounds on GBA.
I like how you can cancel it midway through. I don't know
Oh,
why
that's what you were doing. I thought they just sped up the animation for a bit there. I also appreciate that they made the spin go a lot farther like the later games did, whereas in the original you usually had to be like tiptoeing at the end of a cliff to make a lot of spins.
See, I don't... Now it's just confusing that you have to switch... You have to control the actual brother now with A or B. I'm just used to it being A for the front and B for the back like it was in the original.
I do think it's better like the way it is, where it's like Mario should always be A, Luigi should always be B no matter what, but when you just have the that old muscle memory, it's kind of hard to shake.
Makes the solo Luigi sections less confusing.
Yeah. 'Cause this game has those.
Wait, we don't have bros attacks yet. They literally don't give them to you, I guess.
Yeah, you have to see the tutorial.
Man, in the original game, you could burn all
You got
your
a free
BP and then
boost.
and then get a free heal. Well, I'm not gonna bother doing anything else in this screen yet, then.
How else am I gonna learn the advanced moves quickly?
I like that you get a coin for that. I should have let the fighter fly live so we could actually see its attack.
How though? You can't really skip a turn.
I could have killed the other guys. Oh man, I just realized that like this game also doesn't have the thing where like if you get a solo action before you have the bros action. In the original game, you could like hammer the guy in front, and it wouldn't do anything, but they'd just get mad.
Yeah.
That's no longer a
The
thing.
good old Mario Luigi getting mad at each other, that was always fun.
Likewise with the hand moves.
Luigi has to first learn that he can move while his butt is getting burned, otherwise he just gets mad.
Yeah. Ugh.
Let's go.
That one BP is gonna make all the difference.
It's an odd number, and all BP costs are even, except I don't think they are.
Just hit X repeatedly. The BP costs are definitely higher in this game, if memory serves.
Which I think is fine. They're cheap in the original.
Yeah.
Like even if it's just so much as using a syrup, I think BP should be a stat that you have to concern yourself with somehow.
Yeah. Command block.
What blocks were we using before, if not command blocks?
Whoop, that was early. Oh, there's no longer 3 modes of difficulty. I should actually check to see if the easy mode actually makes it do less damage. Alright, now we can go back and kill all these guys. The old classic high jump first strike. Well, we'll see how much this does first. Okay, so it does 8. Oh, that costs more. Interesting. Hit it too early again. Okay. Now, out of curiosity. Still does 8. So what was easier about it? Was it slightly slower? Sorry, I'll read that after the battle, Nabadoo. I think that's still a thing, Nabadoo, but I honestly don't know for certain. Yeah, the Fighterfly hand rubs are great. Gotta farm those attack uses for the advanced commands. Or the 3DS commands, as it might be. Now we have to know. Well, maybe not. That seemed very generous there. We'll have to use some syrups out of battle if we want to keep using those, I guess. Okay, so that slightly reduces damage. Maybe it halves it. Yeah, there's not a hard mode. In the original game, there were 3 different modes. One was just like... in the original game, like, there were always the green and red flashes, but, like, they'd show button names on them in Mode 2, and then Mode 1 was also in slow motion. Like, approaching each button press. And each one, like, the lower modes cost a little more and did less damage. It seems like maybe it's more lenient, or maybe slightly slower? Hard to tell. have to do a loop to get a block or two I wasn't able to get before. The level 4 should definitely increase our damage output considerably. Ooh, syrup drop. Nice.
Ayo, sorry, I just had to mute for a bit there. I sure did miss Stardust Fields.
You missed me running out of BP, but getting a syrup drop.
This area has a good amount of syrup pickups.
Probably more than you get in the original. This attack will help for sure, especially with the plus 3 there. Alright, I believe it.
At least just wish hyper defense was an option in the 3DS games, because it just really isn't.
I mean, it is. Wow, 5 damage. That did make a difference. Not enough to kill, though.
I feel like it's usually better to just be an HP sponge rather than a defense one.
Yeah, because, I mean, the equipment picks up the slack on defense.
Yeah. It's just like, if I want Luigi to do no damage but only take 1 damage, I'd at least want it to be an option. Though, to be honest, I don't think any Luigi tank setup is probably better than a DS Inside Story.
True.
So, that's the game to do it in.
Nonetheless, we're gonna try.
I don't know, man. The Gafawa Ruins boss is pretty scary.
What do we have in the way of syrups right now? A whopping 9, sure.
9 already, jeez. In the original, you'd probably have 3. And only usually from the blocks.
Yeah, that's only Paper Jam, 1/3.
It's gotta be really high to be able to do that, though.
Like, I think the turn frequency is, proportional to, frequency is proportional to speed. So if you have, double something speed, you'll attack twice as often. I was able to get Paper Mario's speed to double the Bros, so that he'd go, once, and then he'd go again, followed by the Bros directly.
Yeah, that's nice. Really interesting use of the speed stat, too.
But it'd be really
I
nice
almost
if...
wish they kept it, but maybe it'd be a bit too broken or something. I don't know.
Yeah, we got an advanced command. Or
What's advance?
a super version of the attack, more fittingly. So,
This
yeah.
isn't the Game Boy Advance.
So in this game, rather than there being a split path to each attack, basically, you have to explicitly select the super version. And it even tells you what they do directly, which is nice.
In a way, it kind of takes away from, I don't know, the hidden aspect of it, but also it's probably just better they did it this way.
But on the plus
The thing
side, you don't go the whole game without realizing that you have it.
And also that you know that's supposed to work on spiky enemies, because the original doesn't really indicate that very good.
Yeah, rather than reading a book in the castle that says, some can be used to do things
Some.
It's like, what are some? Which ones? Please elaborate.
The thing I don't like that they did, though, is they kind of made a lot of them sort of strictly better versions of the original move, though. I kind of don't like that.
I think most of them are in this version. Like, even Super
It's
does
like-
more damage, whereas it did less than the base in the original.
Yeah. I like them more the original, where they were sort of like just a different aspect of the move, rather than just, I'm a strictly better version of the move now that costs more BP. Because there's no reason to use Splash Bros over Super Splash Bros unless there's something I don't know.
Execution difficulty. Maybe.
Uh,
Oh. Why am I not just doing this? In fact, I probably already did that.
yeah, in this game, speed is just a race to get to 120 or whatever you need so you can go before Cacletta.
Although it
Except
doesn't matter.
That's not a thing anymore.
Yeah, it doesn't matter, because even in the Japanese version of the original, that doesn't make a difference.
Yeah, they give you the first turn no matter what, so that's kind of moot.
They give you a free turn so you don't immediately die.
In the original, it was like, what, 120 speed you needed or something?
Something like that. Or else you gotta deal with a whole round of counterattacks. I do appreciate
So,
that.
essentially, now you have to worry about speed a lot less.
Does it actually matter? I don't know if it matters or not, whether you spin up slopes.
It looks about the same. Yeah, spinning up slips. Us GBA players know about that one.
Way faster.
I want to beat the person who slowly walks up the stairs of Joke's End in the original, instead of just spinning up them. You don't have to completely comb this area if you don't want to. You only need the amount of coins that he says to get, which is 100.
But 100% completion, though.
Yeah. Yeah. But it is an option if one didn't care about that sort of thing.
Yeah, I think we're... Those last two, I believe, are in a cave after the boss.
That still count as Stardust Fields?
I assume so. Where else would I have missed them? Alright, there is no heart block, as far as I can tell. Because those are a thing in this game, so let's go ahead and pre-heal our BP.
Kind of weird to not put one of those around here, huh? Because this is literally the beginning area of the game. You'd at least think you'd want somewhere to be able to fully heal for free.
Nah,
Not that it really matters.
just
but-
learn to dodge. You don't
Yeah.
you can't take any damage. You'll be level 4 if you just fight everything.
The original was honestly kind of sink or swim as far as how the early game was structured. It was very weird.
Yeah?
Like, no free heals, no shops, no nothing until Beanbean Town. It's like 2 full areas you have to go through.
A good solid couple of hours at least. For a first timer. Before you really get to interact with a lot of the staples of RPGs.
Very weird way to structure an early game. Tollstar, which sounds like a brand of insurance company or something to me.
That's considerably easier to get an excellent on. I think we just skipped the first phase. Maybe
I actually
won't-
think this guy's better animated in the remake than the
I
original.
know, right? You could actually...
His faces are great. I love those faces he makes.
Wasn't expecting a third attack.
But also, yeah, isn't it? He also like kind of way harder. Like his tells just seem harder, or like the
Yeah.
actual dodges.
I mean, he doesn't actively tell you what his strategy is.
It just sort of looks like if he throws it to Mario, it's a lot harder to react.
It's not really. Well, I mean, he tells you what he's gonna do. Cosmic Pants. Nice, level 5.
Wow, getting equipment before Castle Town.
Get our stash up.
Gotta get those shop prices.
Gotta get those lucky hits. Now that, like, the luck rate doesn't cap at, like, 15% or whatever the original does. It's, like, stupidly low. Did I forget to up Mario's speed? No, I did speed last level, right? I do love that. That gritting teeth there. Yeah, that's accurate, Namadou. They looked somewhat like that already. I do like that the cannon just blasts itself away.
That was always such a random moment. Like, I don't know what the green guy's problem is, to be honest, but...
In the original game, he said, "You've been complaining too loudly for too long."
I thought he was talking about Mario and Luigi. Like, straight up, and I never knew why. I was like, is he mad at us?
Yeah. This apparently still counts as Stardust Fields, given the,
Okay.
the area pointer there. So, yep.
Didn't this cave have a stupid hidden Chuckle Bean?
I don't think
Or is
so.
that another one?
I think Chuckle Beans
It's
only appear later on.
No, there's one like in one of the caves in Hoohoo Village, right? That has like a weird Chuckle Bean hidden.
Yeah, they ironed a lot of that out in the remake. Like, they're all clearly marked with X's, but like light pink stones are Chuckle Bean markers in the original game.
Or I think they're mushrooms, or like they're supposed to be like mushrooms in the ground.
Yeah, that's fair. Mushrooms. Stones, mushrooms, whatever.
No! Atto te sila putura ulit at dito rodo. O sa manakata sa manabarigade, e doon na ba naksteto?
I also used to think as a kid that there was something like about Tolstar where like these soldiers know him and they're like, oh my god, it's him! And he was like some sort of respected figure.
Yep, here's our first look at Chuckle Beans here. Won't be able to...
Waterfalls look so good. Wow. Something about them.
Here's a bunch of rocks we can't do anything with.
I love the entrances looking like mouths too. That was not a thing in the original.
Was it not?
Don't think so, unless I just wasn't looking closely enough.
Yeah, I don't recall, honestly. I do appreciate that the LNR reset, like, is still a thing.
Yeah, that was always nice. And something you probably might not have known
Unless
in the original.
Unless you talk to some guy in the town. He's just like, okay. Like, I want to say there's like an old guy that tells you that, and then the other guy's like, okay, Gramps. Whatever. Whatever you say. Nah, I'll pass. You do have some kind of healing here, which is nice, I guess.
Kind of a huge ripoff though.
Yeah. I don't know. 3 get out of jail free card heals is not bad. Even if it does cost. Wait, I didn't even get all
coins.
I didn't get all my coins
like...
back from that guy.
Oh, you actually, huh?
I want to say you get them all back in the original game.
How many did you have before?
Upwards of
like...
200.
Yeah. Wow.
I now have 110. Interesting. I guess I still had to pay the toll after all.
Also, hey, new pipe.
Yep, that's
Really nice
convenient.
spot too. Really nice spot too. This town kind of needed one, I feel.
Yep. At endgame, you either have to walk all the way back up from Pipe 2, or walk all the way here from Stardust Fields.
Also, that guy selling you the nuts has new stuff to buy, like, way later in the game. He's got a new item set to buy.
Gosh, I forgot about that. You're right. I wonder
Well,
if
that's literally endgame, so you know.
I wonder if it changes multiple times and no one's ever bothered to check.
Yeah, maybe.
Just one random sequence point. It's just like 7 max mushrooms for a coin.
Speaking of sequence points, this town was always so weird about its sequence triggers.
Yeah, you gotta.
But the general gist is see Fawful first, then the hammer guys, and then talk to the top bridge guy or something.
Yeah,
I
there's
don't
one
know.
particular bridge guy you gotta talk to, and there's a couple of different things you have to do to get the hammer guys to even show up.
Oh, yeah.
I thought it was just seeing this scene.
It's a very
That's new.
wide,
That's
wide
new, though,
waterfall
Luigi.
that's apparently split in twain.
Oh gosh, yeah. That's new, though. Luigi telling you like we should get the hammer, Mario.
Maybe he wouldn't have said that if we hadn't just talked to someone that said there were hammer makers around. Or maybe he would. He's just like, that's a thing we usually do in these RPGs, right?
There's one here somewhere.
That was questionable there. Yeah, this was one of those, like, pink mushroom
Yeah.
thing. Chuckle beans.
God, these gates are so dark.
Here's one step way down in the NPC uniqueness chain, unfortunately.
Yeah, the big derpy Koopas are gone. But they still talk like that.
Yeah. Duh, no, what do you hit me with?
Water?
Yeah, sadly I can't
Nah.
jump with Mario in this state. That thing can very occasionally give you mushrooms, I believe. I don't know if that's still the case.
I thought it was like every 3 you got a mushroom, or maybe it's just random. This thing looks so weird in the original. It just looked like a fan. It was so out of place.
Oh well. We don't need any more mushrooms anyway. If over-drinking symptoms appear, stomp on the victim's... It's not like this is going to be a major feature of the next area or anything like that. Whoops, didn't mean to do that. Oh no, a heart block. We get it. I'm still talking to the top guy. Hey.
That really is the point of interest, is the hard block.
He doesn't say anything about Blanadon anymore. Oh, they reversed which ones say that, I guess.
Oh, huh.
Because it used to be the top guy.
I wish one of them was just very blunt and was like, go talk to Fawful, please. Okay, now go talk to the hammer guys.
I like how I started hydrating myself right as you said that, Nabadoo. All this water is making me thirsty.
I have a fruit punch flavored energy drink, which is I assume is kind of like Chocola-Cola.
Duh.
It's
Probably,
either fruit punch or cherry soda.
it's probably less funny.
Yeah, it's not very funny. It's also sugar free. Oh, I forgot these guys had names.
Sledge and Mallet.
Huh. I thought they were just called the Hammer Bros or something. Except that name's already taken.
The Hammerhead Bros. They do like the little spinning hammers on their head.
We can't just take those hammers that are hanging on your wall back there?
You gotta love all these giant holes in the
It's gotta be really
floors.
dangerous.
They just toss
that
all
a-
their
you-
refuse down in them.
Probably.
Just washes out the sea.
What are you, Cragnons?
I know, right? I want to say one of these little alcoves has a very easy to miss Chuckle Bean as well. In the
I
original
think
game.
it's like the top left.
Wow, 4 damage.
I like the added bean sprout they have, because they did not have that. Even in Dream Team, the gold beanies didn't have these little sprouts, I want to say.
Ugh. Alright. I need to watch for the tell. I honestly don't remember what it is for these guys.
I just always remembered it by the distance they approached you from.
Yeah, I think that was more or less the tell.
Let's go!
Fine, who needs a first strike?
You should use high jumps to first strike, just like the old days.
Yeah, then you get both the bros power added.
This is if only.
Ah, well, when we now know their exact HP. Oh wait, no, never mind. I just hadn't attacked that guy yet. Somewhere between 18 and 20, or 19 and 22.
Hey Clyde, what's up?
Let's go!
This was always a track I really liked from both versions, honestly.
Yeah, I think they really did. Like, this one benefited really nicely from not sounding like a GBA sound font anymore.
Yeah. I still like the original a lot, though. There's a distinctness to GBA music in general I'll always just have such a fondness for.
Oh, yeah!
Yeah, there never is much to say about Huhu Mountain, though. It's a pretty simple climb up to the top sort of area.
Especially at the front when you're facing all of one type of enemy.
But today's fine, I can't complain.
Save your strength and use the X button.
Save your strength.
At least for this opening area, being able to switch between high and spin in the single button is pretty nice. I think I'm gonna reorder the way I do stat ups. I think I'll do POW and D first, and then BP, then HP and speed, and then stash. Just so it's easier to remember.
Well, you skipped over speed on Luigi.
Yeah. That was the intent. If Luigi gets slow enough, he'll start going before Mario. Maybe.
By Ultraflow Luigi's speed.
If I could manage to lower it, I would. Dry Bones still being quadrupedal in this game is kind of weird. Oh, that is not the direction I thought. Oh, right, they changed that. Because
Oh, right.
it used
That is so wrong.
it used to spin in a completely unnatural way when it was going for Luigi,
Yeah.
like about the wrong axis.
No, it's just, what is it now? It's like they tilt to whoever they're trying to hit.
It's
Or
just
like they're
that
looking in that direction or
it
something.
spins towards that, brother.
Oh, I see it, yeah.
One of these days, I'll actually time it correctly.
Yeah, I sort of think that's like the weird thing about this game, where they'll change certain old designs, but then other things they'll just leave exactly the same, like even if they're a lot different than their usual counterpart, like these tripods.
I like that they do take more damage than
They used to have a lot of defense.
They used to be very defensive and annoying to kill. To be fair, any kind of head rotation of that degree is unnatural, so... Ooh, woo beans. Getting those nice and early. Which is good, because they're a lot rarer from the Beanbean area enemies.
As you can see, they only drop from the rare present sort of graphic.
I mean, they were always rare from these guys. You'd probably get 1 or 2 in the original game, if memory serves. So, POW next. Ah, too early.
Meanwhile, in the original, I'm usually happy just getting a +3 for any stat.
Oh, look at that lucky hit. A whopping 30% extra damage.
I don't know why they would kind of nerf lucky hits in this game. You know what? It's honestly probably just for Chopper Bros and nothing else.
Duh.
Like, there's no other reason than that move existing.
I need to just reset the wheel when I see where the 4s are. Rather than wait the whole time around. Yeah, that was the flip side to defense being like an additive thing. Trunkle definitely could take a lot of hits.
I still don't understand Trunkle very well. Or at least,
Good
like,
night.
whatever the intended way to beat him is.
Yeah, that seemed very weirdly thought out in the original game.
Because it's like, you either attack his body, and then he does the whole split up into 4 smaller things.
And then dies
Or
like
he basically
immediately.
Just Chopper Bros his tree, yeah.
But
just
that
Chopper
takes
Bros
forever.
his tree. And then, well, I mean, it's a thing you can do.
One of these days, I'll guard this with Luigi.
I don't know, the Popple Rookie bosses were usually my favorites.
They're pretty fun, yeah.
So maybe that's just the battle music sort of swaying me. The last Fawful fight was also usually pretty fun for me.
You can't walk into that and have them be surprised.
I don't think that was a thing you could do, was it?
I thought it was. Maybe I'm thinking of something else. Oh, I'm thinking of the rock in that one room.
Yeah. Or the fireplaces in Toad Town in Inside Story,
Yeah.
where they just go like, whoa. You know what my favorite mismatched voice clip from the original game was? It was the spikes in Oho Ocean, where if you hit them with Mario, he does his laugh sound effect. He does his hoo 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 sound.
You gotta love the whole Mario jumping around and hitting a block. Oh, I guess you can put Luigi in the front if you use moves like spin jump. But it's totally tied to the move.
But you can still at least use X to jump around with them both,
Not ideal for these
I
things.
think. Yeah. But sooner or later, you're gonna have to go back to default.
definitely meant to not jump there with Mario, for sure. I only got a great.
Yeah, it's like the only burning rock in the whole game.
Dang it. Trying to get it at an angle. Can you still do that, I wonder? Okay, you can. You just gotta aim better.
So are those fountains supposed to look like hands? Like, is that what I'm seeing? I used to always see it as like kind of hands.
Yeah.
Like in the fountain.
Sort of looks like a face and hands.
Oh, yeah!
Luigi, if you went first, I would totally use the Bounce Bros move.
That's so good on Huhu Mountain.
Yeah, never mind. Not for 8 BP.
Oh jeez, 8 BP.
It is good. I will probably be using it in the upcoming boss fight.
The BP costs for like the later moves get really high too, I want to say.
Yeah, but it's more normal that you have triple-digit BP in this than in the original.
Yeah, that's fair. But it's still like almost 30 BP for one of them, I want to say.
I think it only goes up to the mid-teens.
No, I thought they for sure go up to like at least the 20s.
I don't think so. I think you're thinking of the Bowser's Inside Story remake. Oh yeah, that's true. They do go up to 8, whereas the mode 3 is always just 3 or 4.
Yeah, and then Cyclone is just different.
Ah, and I still missed it. See, the difference, Clyde, is that Bounce Bros is actually worth using in this game. Like, for for a good chunk of the game.
Alright, no, you're right. Highest BP cost in this game is 18.
I'm surprised it's that high, honestly. I may be getting confused with my own mod of Superstar Saga, to be fair. Which capped out at 16, I think, just because it was... Actually, I don't know if there was a good reason for that. It's not like I couldn't do multi-digit hex values, I'm pretty sure. It would fit in a byte. This should kill in one hit now. That's nice. Doubly nice if they never attack Luigi again. Oh, 15 otherwise. I was gonna say. Just shy of 32. That 1 BP did matter. It was Luigi I missed it with, wasn't it? Actually, I'm not gonna heal just yet. That might be a hard block.
These things used to really creep me out as a kid because I thought they were real people and not statues.
I do love the like kind of like shaky mechanical animation of them in this game. Like when they open their mouths. Okay, I figured there probably would be a heart block there. Shoutouts to these blocks being really hard to get in the original.
That looks like a really far spin jump you'd have to do.
See, the thing is, you're probably meant to go diagonally from the end of the cliffs. I always went directly down. It was barely possible in the original. I feel like it's been moved in this. So yeah, they gave you extra time on this, which is nice.
This minigame was the worst. Collect all 10 basketballs.
Oh yeah, you're actually able to move around before you spin, which is really nice. That was not the case in the original. After all this, boss fight.
More of a mini boss fight, if anything.
Yeah.
I like that weird soft lock I saw in Super Mario Bros.
Oh yeah, in the original, where you can like...
Yeah. Like, he does his ellipses, but then, like, you just stare at him indefinitely after that.
That's more or less all there is to this boss.
Just break the pillar that wants to retreat into. What was his health of the original? Wasn't it just like 51 or something?
Not particularly high. Oh, that's weird that they attack in a different order.
That beam looks somehow faster, but also slower at the same time. I mean, who is his beam anyway? The pillars are definitely obviously faster.
Oh, that was short. Oh right, I got cosmic bats and forgot to use them. They're probably better than the default. Yeah, a lot of the little, like, just sort of, like, not true minigames, but, like, just sort of, like, action minigame using actual moves are quite difficult in the original. Let me check out the gear that I got. Oh, that's nice. Lessens damage after failed defensive actions.
That is how defense works in this series.
that is, in fact, a description of defense. Is there a button? Okay. I have to hit the L button for Luigi, obviously. And the M button for
that's
Mario.
Not a good... That auto guard description's not great either. I think it just means emergency guard.
Yeah. No, it just makes you automatically jump out of the way.
Wow. That sounds amazing.
Hold on. Oh, wow, the work jeans are just better. That's weird.
Oh, really? Huh.
They do 6 as opposed to 4.
They are durable, I guess.
Weird. I wonder how these pins work, actually, in the mini-map.
The minimap has a pin feature? I guess so, yeah.
Yeah, I guess that's just there for you to take note of. I doubt, like, you can search for existing pins or anything like that.
They do. Maybe you'd want those for the Bean Star hunts, I guess. If nothing else.
Or marking all the beans
that's
that
true.
you can't get currently.
That's
Or,
probably.
I mean, other stuff. There's a lot of little shortcuts that open up when you get, like, later
That's fair. I
hammers and
guess there's-
such.
There's a lot more stuff you might want to remember for later.
There's way more reason to do that in this than in any later Mario and Luigi game.
Yeah, the later ones still have bean spots that you might want to come back to.
So yeah, these guys.
These guys are weird enemies. They're also really unforgiving if you don't get how they work.
Yeah, if you hammer them every time instead. Never mind. That's not an option. Yeah, they're pretty much impossible to guard at full height.
I like that here, they're like early game enemies, and then Partners in Time, they're end game enemies.
They do a lot more damage if you don't somehow get how they work.
You killed that guy with a counter.
Dang it, you're so slow! Shuffle faster! Don't make me use one of my 40 mushrooms.
I need that for the mush badge, oh wait.
May it rest in peace.
It shall be missed, except not really, to be honest.
There's way more fun ways to be slightly broken in this.
Who needs mushrooms to do it, anyway?
Awkward sideways. I mean,
Yeah, I
when
was
you're
gonna say, you gotta do this with the high jump or a spin jump?
you're probably meant to use a spin jump. I realized this never. Basically, I've always done it with that angled high jump. Hey, Game of Deer. I don't think so. I want to say that Great Force just does the same as it did in the original game.
Yeah, I don't think it does anything different. You might be thinking of the challenge medal from Inside Story. That's a lot different from how it used to be.
A slight disparity in height here.
I don't get why that platform needs exactly 2 steps on it, but okay.
Just enough for you not to high jump up to the other one. I do like that there's a visible chuckle bean there and a less visible chuckle bean right next to it.
No one will ever know.
Well, I dodged it at least. Okay, let me actually try guarding this time. Barely. They did nerf the bonus ring slightly. Only gives 50% extra experience instead of double.
Only 50%.
Hey, at the expense of whatever other broken stuff you could put in that slot. Like, Excite Spring.
Well, that was fun, if nothing else. I also like using the power grip in the original.
Power Grip is less important in this version. Which is to say, it doesn't exist.
It's yeah, it's gone.
Because in fact, the hammer always doesn't drop on defense.
That wasn't a thing until Dream Team, actually.
But they did replace it with a fairly useful thing. Makes hidden Hoo beam blocks easier to spot. Though they are spottable without it in this, which is kind of nice. Because some of them are in just kind of ridiculous spots.
That one underwater room in Oho Ocean with like 4 of them.
Yeah, I never understood what that room was about. It's like, it's an empty room. Why is this here?
Like, you can't even put them in like a square or plus shape. No, they just gotta be randomly strewn about the room. In a water room. It's always so fun about Mario Luigi speedrunning in the GBA, where it's like that like action command glitch, whatever, and then they just do their weird voice clips over and over.
Oh yes, fun. Getting your eyes totally like bombarded with pixel vomit.
But they make their funny noises at least.
Boy, what a rogues gallery we got here.
This is the formation from the original, I want to say.
Yeah, it was different. I think the
It was
dry
two
bone-
beanies though,
I
or
think
two
the
dry bones.
No, I think the dry bones was just in the back.
Yeah, but no, I thought there was one with 4 enemies on it.
Yeah, there was one with 4. I think it was the same 4, just arranged in a diamond as opposed to this weird parallelogram trapezoid nonsense. Channeling my inner Vinny.
No one ever talks about good old Rhombus though.
Is there a way to waste a turn?
Don't think so.
I'll waste a turn with an item. I just want to
It's
see.
true, that is a
Can
waste
you
of a
guard
turn.
this? I don't know, because I keep jumping too early.
It just looks too tall.
I don't think that's a thing, Namadou. I think you just run immediately. If you do that, take a hint, Paper Mario series. Maybe we don't want to do these ultra-long battles that we've already seen all the enemy attacks in.
So what you're saying is you want a guaranteed run in a game where the enemies disappear if you run from them? I wouldn't be against it, honestly.
Okay, fine.
I miss being able to see the Mushroom Kingdom in the background, though.
We're too high.
That was always something I liked.
Forget if there's anything up here. There's
I
one
don't think
Chuckle
there ever
Bean
was, except for the bean, yeah.
and a save block.
You know, I always found the tornadoes just kind of a weird thing in this game, where just the whole like spinning in and out of them just feels weird.
That one
It's
in
also
particular.
harder in the remake. Yeah.
Yeah. It's cool seeing like stuff more to
There's the
scale
nuclear.
here.
There's the nuclear power plant.
Yeah. Yeah. That university.
And then
looks-
all this stuff.
Yep. The airport, the woods. There's this, whatever this is. Oh.
The thing you're standing on.
And then there's just a tiny little glimpse at Joke's End way out there. Boy, is Oho
That is
Oasis.
really far away.
So, Oho Oasis is just right fricking there.
Yeah, there's a whole underwater section connecting that in the shoreline. No, Joke's End used to be way closer. It used to be like a big mountain that was right there.
Fools!
So ominous.
This sprite is way much more readable in this game, I feel.
It's like in the original, he looks the same from like this angle, but from the side he's got this really weird doofy face.
Yeah. Oh, right, he just doesn't turn in this version. At least, not in this scene. I do like that this thing goes down a different waterfall based on which way you kick it.
Yeah, because you can't kick it from the right side.
So, there's no continuity.
It ends up in the same place no matter what.
Maybe some well-meaning townsfolk take it over to the left side of the town where it should
It ends in
be.
the other screen of it, and then they're just like, here you go.
Yeah, Namadou, I don't think there's anything quite that bad in this game, but this does have another case where it's just like, avoid attacks from
Attacks
slow
by
enemies.
by slow enemies or something. See, whenever you say Speedstar, I immediately think of the Super Switch accessory that's in this game. That's hilarious.
That's legit kind of hard to dodge. Both in this game and the original. We'll just use regular bounce bros. And I'll just use some standard jumps while I wait for him to do more things. That voice clip is way different from the original.
I'd have to listen to it.
Oh my goodness, the damage.
This thing didn't have any voice clips in the original. Also, that stone used to be purple, actually. All the ground you're standing on used to be purple.
Yep. Oh, cool. Well, now I just die if I get hit by one of the Mario attacks. Actually, wait, don't I have an emergency guard? I guess I have to not jump for that to work.
I don't know what causes him to grow tall again. I feel like I never see him do that.
I don't think he did do that in the original game.
I want to say he could have, but maybe not. Mario gets two-shot, as he should be. He should be the glassiest of cannons.
Bwaha. So now the whole badge tutorial thing's kind of ruined, now that I have a badge.
The badge itself is even laughing at the guy who gives the tutorial. It's like, ha ha ha.
I should just go ahead and give Luigi it, to make it maximally confusing. No, he does have a side sprite.
Well, he wants a better badge.
But yeah, definitely looks better. The side sprite definitely looks more consistent in this game. Man, where's the swing sound?
Yeah, I know. It's
So
also now rainbowy.
Still a sparkly sound. Just sounds less GBA.
Tree. That's always how I envision it. Right away on your inconspicuous platform that actually looks like a bean now that I take a close look at it.
Yeah. It doesn't play the spin sound anymore.
Aww.
Oh yeah.
Thank you for telling us about that, I guess.
That sprite of them writing down Blabonodon looks cool, actually.
I know. Used to be just their jump
Their jump
sprites, I think.
sprites. Yeah, just frozen in midair. It's like usually it's easy to associate this version as like removing some of the old sprites, but the new ones look good whenever they do them.
Hey, they've got 16-dimensional walking sprites. Directional, not dimensional.
How many dimensions are we getting at?
This is what put them out of business. They tried way too hard.
I think we're several DSs off from that.
You can use solo hammer action.
Oh yeah.
Man, we can no longer whack our brothers over the head.
Ah. Truly a huge loss for us all.
I say we save right after this next minigame. And after healing about 3 more times on accident.
Sounds good.
I don't remember... I mean, I know there can't be anything hiding behind these rocks. But they exist, so I'm gonna break them. Yep.
I really love how the town theme sounds in this remake too.
Solo hammer action. Solo is, like, a not very interesting modifier, I feel. Just
Sorry, no hidden repel gel under those rocks for you.
Oh yeah, that's fair. Hidden blocks that I have to be standing in that spot to hit.
They never really do that, so... Plus, you'd see him.
BM64 has so many cryptic hidden blocks. TTYD has that one pretty lucky.
Honestly, pretty impressive. Like, if I saw a rock on fire in the wild, I would be really impressed. I'd be like, whoa, how is this, how is it doing that?
Okay, fine, Luigi. I guess you're too tall to let Mario hit the block if I do that.
I mean, that is a thing. They do have different hitboxes, I think. For hitting blocks and stuff.
Yeah, you want to get these first, or else you have to ride the
Oh yeah, you
Part
gotta
again.
soft lock yourself, you think?
Say what?
Like, you could sort of soft lock yourself in the original. Like, if you played that minigame a bunch and then kept circling back around or something. Like, if you wanted to progress, you'd have to, like, play a very hard version of the minigame or something.
Oh yeah.
Just something about this minigame could, like,
This bean.
sort of soft lock yourself.
This bean was very missable. A Goomba's age, however long that is.
I want to say the playthrough of Fat Guy was saying something about a hidden block in one of these rooms, but then I think he said that was your mod, actually, or something.
Yeah, it's weird to me that he ever found that and played it. It's weird to me that anyone played it, honestly.
Oh yeah.
I just feel like Superstar Saga hard mode is something a lot of fans would have looked up at some point.
Maybe.
Also, that dog makes a lot of cute noises, I think,
Oh yeah, right. I
that
should
it
check him
didn't
out.
used to.
I really love the glow up this game got graphically. I mean, it worked nice, well enough.
Now,
in
I
the
forget,
original.
is this more punishing or less punishing than how it used to be?
I don't remember how the booze worked, because that was like the weird thing about it. I want to say like the amount of gems you lose is the same, yeah. It's
Okay.
still 3. So I need to make sure I don't miss the next...
There's like one of these courses where it's like you almost can't do it if you get hit once even.
Oh, you literally can't lose that. Never mind. I mean, unless you... There used to be 2 obstacles.
Ah.
You literally can't lose the first level. Unless you miss a bunch of gems. Do you say things other than snort? But only very rarely, apparently.
No.
Yeah, that's nice that the game gives you the option to traverse without riding the carts. They had very weird sprites in the original if you did this minigame again.
Who, Mario and Luigi?
Yeah. They're like, one of them like clasps his cheeks, just overjoyed. If memory serves.
This was a mini game I barely touched in the original. I'm not gonna lie, even to this day.
Oh right, we're redoing the first one again for some reason.
To the point where I don't think I've ever even seen the Boo in the original. Like, I know it's a thing, but I never played the game enough to see it.
The fun thing is just like avoiding the the flashlights, just getting into pitch black in the background.
Poor Luigi.
I'll set you up with beans. Go on and get Beanie.
Now that sounds like something Vinny would say, if no one else.
Like that we
Get
do
Beanie
actually.
with it.
We always ride in opposite directions, whereas in the original you always ride
Yeah,
left
you
or
always
right.
showed up, yeah, because you were forced to. Or were you? Would he even let you play the minigame from the right side?
I think... I don't know. No, you could definitely ask to do it again.
Okay. But yeah, you would always show up on the right side, at least.
I want to say weirdly they swapped 2 of the levels in this, even though like in the original it always takes like 5 more gems to clear each successive one.
Right. I think I remember you saying something like that in the old playthrough.
Did I just jump clear over that one? Those are way easier to scare off in this version. You have to really focus the light on them for a bit.
It's a cool minigame. I've just never been that good at it, to be honest. Like, I'm just flat out not very good at it. Wasn't it way more punishing with the flashlights too, where it's like if you miss one battery, you're probably screwed?
Not really.
Huh.
It does get to a point where you're just not able to scare any of the enemies away, though. Or at least the non-falling rock enemies. We'll see, Hydreigon. Probably not. Or at least not excessively. I'll show off, like, most of the unique... Whoa, I don't remember this being like this.
Huh.
Yeah, no, never
So
mind.
many gems.
Those boos definitely still take a long time to go away. It's the swoopers I was misremembering. Those will go away instantly in this version. Yeah, this was definitely level 4 in the original. Tons of gems. I don't think the talking icon is Starlo 1/3. I think it's just a yellow dot. I realize there isn't too much of a difference.
that is... yeah, I was gonna say, that kind of is just Starlo, though.
Oh wow, right off the bat. Would that have even done anything if I got hit by it? That one did.
Well, strictly speaking, no, but maybe you'd be stun locked enough to not jump, I don't know.
Ah! I'm gonna lose this one at this rate. I can see why they changed it. Yeah, I've already lost this. Okay. You know what? Fine. We'll just miss all the batteries then.
It looks like a hard jump to clear on Mario's side.
Luigi, you're not having to do any work on this one. That's a short level.
Oh yeah.
Well, missed that one. Ah, come on. Awkwardly 1 gem short. Hello, Grizzy. Thanks for the raid, if Dark Mario is indeed raiding.
That's him. Although here it's Luigi that's in the dark side.
This is fair. Ah! Well, whatever. Missing 2 gems doesn't matter. It's taking hits that I need to avoid. There we go. 1 to go. I want to say you could store the fast forward from this in one of these recent Mario and Luigi's somehow.
Oh, right. There's fast forward is a thing that exists.
Probably also Paper Jam, let's be real.
Yeah, it was. It was.
It's got all the glitches.
Well, I mean, yes, as in, I know it was a feature from that game, but as far as glitches go, I would just say probably. How much you would have bet them going full 2D was a result of them not wanting to clip through 3D graphics anymore? Or just something like that?
Well, I was gonna say all the gems are lined up, but clearly they're not.
They're back there somewhere.
I only missed 1 battery, didn't I?
Yes.
But totally pitch black. Come on. I may lose this just by not getting enough gems.
You missed 2, I want to say.
Ah, dang it. Yeah, I had only missed 2. I think.
Yeah, Superstar Saga is always a good time, indeed.
That is just really sillily laid out. Ugh. I do love that the give up button is a thing.
Oh, that's nice.
Don't have to ride the whole thing to the end again. Yeah, the boo sounds feels very weird not coming from Vinny's face.
Or also just boos in general from the original game with how weird they looked.
Just jumped way in advance this time.
I feel like that's usually what's gotten you hit, though. Jumping in advance got you hit by the boo the one time.
Yes. It got me hit there, too, but I had to do it to get the battery. And the gem. Dang it. Just gonna scope out the rest of this. Okay, that one I have to remember to not jump so... Wow, this one is considerably harder than anything prior.
That's one of the later ones, right?
It is optional. It does also unlock the best bean farming method in the game, so it's only fair. We're gonna get it this time, dang it.
Let's go.
Yeah, it's like you gotta watch all the slopes. Just like the old DK games.
Generally, jumping up a slope is a bad idea.
It was the second boo I got hit by, so I have to jump a little early on that one. Didn't need to jump there at all. It was going for that battery too. Dang it! I forgot about that. Now I'm gonna be one off. Ah!
That's always the worst. I think in the original, the arcade was the best bean farming place in the game. I think that also got nerfed, I'm pretty sure.
I think it's still good. It's just like... I think the best was really just using the border jump, like Sunshine before.
I don't know, I thought the arcade you could get in like 9 pretty easily.
Just as well. I would have probably gotten hit by that swooper later.
They just really wanted people to play this one more, I think.
They want
Which
you...
isn't a bad thing.
Sure, I guess. At least we can all agree the Chocola one is the worst. I mean, that or the barrel one, because it goes on for 3 minutes.
What, Chocola Stadium? I like that one.
It's the worst for farming, though.
Yeah, but I still think the minigame itself is fun.
The slowdown there, man. It's probably not worth doing this. Just gotta be vigilant. Oh, that's great. Probably not going to be able to chase that boo away now. Okay, I think I managed to actually do it, despite getting hit by something way earlier that time. Man.
Well, there you go.
Alright, and now we show off why we did all this.
Yeah, 5 beans, woo!
Or
6, sorry.
Oh yeah.
So now, every time you do it, you have to go as far as you can without missing a single gem. And the more gems you get, the more beans you get. Oh, you do have to get 1, in fact. But if you get 1, you get 4 beans. Wow, I just went back because I apparently failed.
Oh yeah.
See you, Philip. Have a good night.
But yeah, you just play through all the courses in a row, getting up to 9 beans. But since we already got 4, just missed the second, the third.
Mamma mia.
Yeah, doing that little gameplay for 4 beans is absurd.
I know. Seems so unintentional.
Yeah, we've already got more than enough he beans for all the drinks we'll ever need. Another very conveniently placed pipe. Is that a super syrup?
Wasn't that always a super syrup?
I don't think there was an item there at all in the original. I don't think you got super stuff until much later on. Like, super syrup and nuts I think you first get in the chateau. 29 he beans. Even in the original, you only needed 35.
What if you want to make more Teehee espressos, though?
Yeah, just random stats.
But it's a good stat up. It's 6.
I think there's only 3 in this game. But it also takes about half the beans.
How many can you make when you first get Star Beans open anyway?
6 in both games,
6.
I think.
Okay.
Only barely not 7 in this game.
I was wondering if you'd maybe be able to make most of them in...
The Woo
this
Beans take
remake's-
a lot longer to get, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, I need to look into that Teehee Espresso thing. I hadn't heard about that, and I think that might have been a thing in the original, too. Anyhow.
Oh, isn't it... What is it? Isn't it like...
You don't get the perma stat ups for some
don't you have to-
stats.
yeah.
Unless you, like, use an
It's-
item or something.
Yeah, it's like with... I thought it was just with HP, like you have to heal it for it to like be permanent or something.
Anyhow. I think we'll leave off here. We can pick up and do some plumbing and woodsing and maybe some other stuff, depending on how far we can get next time. We get to have hammer stuff in battle, which is fun. Anyhow, see you all around. Wednesday will be more sunshine. See ya.